news, my wonderful people. Court has just rejected SSS request to arrest warrant against the CBN governor Godwin Emefiele as some irregularity have been found. So Emefiele, like we told you, in case you have not seen that, please go on Apple Line Media and see what is going on. Initially, there was a cry out, an outcry that there is a movement against the CBN governor because of the change or the redesign of the Naira. They said, well, he has upset some big fish and big wigs, and so they want to deal with him. They want to deal with him. So they've gone, some persons have gone to court to request, what we call an arrest warrant, so that it can be picked up and be dealt with accordingly. However, the court has rejected this warrant being being requested for. And Nigerians, you can see for yourself that things are no longer the same. So this is what is happening right now, my wonderful people. Godwin Emefiele and some other group has cried out previously that he's been threatened because of the redesign of the Naira. They know what's going on. They know those that have stuck it up. Is this, they go after the small ones. They go after small people, not the big ones. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Court rejects SSS request for arrest warrant against the CBN governor for the redesign of the Naira. A judge criticized the SSS for attempting to use the court as a cover for an irregular move to arrest the CBN governor Godwin Emefiele. The Federal High Court in Abuja has thrown out a request by the State Security Service SSS to order the arrest of the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. The secret police has filed an expert application for an order for the arrest of the CBN governor over alleged act of financial terrorism, fraudulent activities, and economic crimes of national security dimension. They argued that Emefiele has a track record of how money is being moved around in this country and does nothing about it. And yet, so he has been requested for an arrest. They argued that Emefiele, as a CBN governor, will be able to see large financial movement by terrorism, but does nothing about it, and come to tell Nigerians that they want to change the Naira. The SSS filed the application marked, the number is there, at the court on 7th December, suing Mr. Emefiele as the sole respondent in an expert application. But the judge, John Tochi, who is the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, in a ruling on 9th December, rejected the application on the ground that the secret police failed to provide sufficient evidence for the warrant, the issuing of an arrest warrant against Godwin Emefiele. The judge said the deposition in the affidavit filed by the SSS in support of his application proposed that parliamentary investigations has revealed various acts of terrorism, financial fraudulent activities perpetrated by the respondent and his involvement in economic crime and national security dimension. But rejecting the application, the judge said these are no doubt grievous allegations, but which the application has not presented any concrete evidence to support their claim. He also said the SSS failed to clarify and identify the person against whom the arrest warrant was sorted for. He said it remained speculation whether the person was the same Godwin Emefiele serving as the CBN governor or some other Godwin Emefiele. If the targeted person was the incumbent CBN governor, the judge said there was the need to obtain the approval of his boss, referring to President Muhammadu Buhari, for his arrest, given the critical role he plays in driving the economy. He said there was no evidence that the SSS application of such as secured such approval or obtained it. They responded in this application is that as Godwin Emefiele, without disclosure of his status or position whenever was even in the affidavit, it is left to speculation if governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele, is the same person as the as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. If it is, he is an undoubtable a high-ranking public officer in Nigeria, and indeed occupies a sensitive position as one of the key role of the nation's economy. Therefore, an application of such must have the approval of the respondent boss, and such measures are authorized to be taken from the president. With or without a court order, the judge said SSS had the power to arrest Emefiele based on reasonable speculation, but that the agency's lack of concrete evidence must have driven it to seek the court arrest warrant to serve as a covering for irregular procedures. It therefore seemed that the applicant intends to use the court as a cover for an irregular procedure, which is unacceptable. In the light of the foregoing reason, I decline to grant this application, expert Mr. Tochi has said. But given the Secret Service another option to prove its case, the judge added, if, however, the applicant desires to still pursue this application, then it should place the respondent on notice, considering the sensitivity to the public office that he occupies. The ruling came to public knowledge after a protest by the civil coalition comprising the Arewa Youth Conservative Movement, the public interest lawyers in Lagos on Monday, against that which is called a plot by the SSS to arrest Mr. Godwin Emefiele for alleged financial terrorism act. Speaking at a press conference, Mr. Tochi, the conveyor of the group referred to as the Coalition of National Interest Defense, said the move against Godwin Emefiele was as a result of political interest and the cap he has placed on withdrawal. Politicians are the one driving this against Emefiele. So welcome to Nigeria, my wonderful people. In case you are not aware, we're talking about the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria and things that have been going on, and you will be surprised and shocked at the things that have gone on up until now, and why again and again we must not allow the same thing to continue to happen. Every single one of us have got a duty. Every single one of us must continue to speak out on what is right and do not allow selfishness to govern us. Leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.